Martin, you see, you always go and urinate in the toilets, along the road, along in the bush. But have you ever wondered how this urine that you go and urinate is formed? So today I want us to first talk about how this urine is formed. Now, you see, when urine is formed, we have an organ in the body called the kidney, and this kidney is the sole purpose. Its real purpose is for excretion. So in these kidneys, we have some structure that specifically form the urine. This structure, as I'm going to show you, it has parts that take place in different processes that lead to formation of urine. As I show you this, let me show you this structure in this thing. You can see the structure is called the nephron. It's called the nephron. So in this structure, you realize nephron. The structure looks just like this. In this structure, we see this part labeled Y. This part labeled Y, we call it the Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule is having some part inside here which I've labeled X, and this part which I've labeled X is called the glomerulus. And it is in this glomerulus that you are going to realize something which we call the first process, which is called ultrafiltration. This ultrafiltration takes place in a way that blood is supposed to flow from here. Blood flows from here, to this part X. But this part X is surrounded by part Y, which is the Bowman's capsule, and therefore blood pressure inside here is going to force substances to move into the tubules, and therefore you will see it will move into the tubules here. Therefore, there are some substances that are removed and there are others which are not removed. Things like glucose will be removed. Let me hang it here. Things like glucose will be removed from here. Ions, some water, and some salts. But things like proteins are not removed. Why? Because proteins, they have bigger particles that cannot pass through there. Also, blood cells cannot be removed. So that is why the first process takes place. The second process takes place in this part. You can see the structure of the part. It is coiled. So the structure of the part is coiled so that it increases the surface area for what we call the process which is supposed to take place here. The process here is called reabsorption. This part which is labeled A, it is called the proximal distillated tube, proximal convoluted tube. In this part, we have glucose will be absorbed back because it was pushed here forcefully. Part of it will be absorbed, and some ions will be absorbed, amino acids will be absorbed. Then we have a part here which is D. This part D, it is what we call the loop of Henle. In this loop of Henle, it has the ascending, the descending loop and the ascending loop. So, in the ascending and descending, we usually get more of water reabsorption. The second last part that I can talk about, it is part B, which is called the distal convoluted. In this distal convoluted is where the third process takes place. It is called secretion. In this part, you realize some ions will be secreted from the blood back into the part which is the distal convoluted. So the last part, it is C, and it starts with C, meaning it is the collecting duct. Whatever thing that is moving here, which is not absorbed back, it is now going to be collected here. So there are very many nephrons, millions and millions of nephrons
that are going to be collecting their things at such points for each nephron. So a combination whereby the collection here accumulates, it will now form what we call urine. So that is exactly how urine is formed. A recap: there are three processes. The first process takes place here, ultrafiltration. The second process takes place in the air, where reabsorption takes place. Then the third process takes place in part B, which is distal convoluted, and it is where secretion takes place. Thank you.